Hello everybody, happy Sabbath. I'm gonna speak a little bit about Satan being a counterfeit. Everything that he does is a counterfeit to what God has created or intended for us. Everything from creation, God's creation, Satan wants to counterfeit it and call it evolution. And even down to the money in your wallet. God wants to give you gold. He wants you to have some type of gold currency. And the devil wants to give you monopoly money. That's worthless. It's a counterfeit. So you got to be aware of all these things. Because a lot of people put their faith and their trust in all these worldly things that Satan created, and it's just a trap or a lure to steer you away from God. Down to these holidays, the pagan holidays. If anybody does any kind of research on their own, and they're gonna find that everything's tied back to pagan roots. It's not of God. God had his holy days. Satan has his holidays. It's a counterfeit. People need to start waking up to these things. They want to fight us on it tooth and nail because they want to hold on to it. Because that's all they know. You've been programmed. What we live in is a matrix. And even the Bible speaks of a matrix. And certain people are here to break the matrix. And that group should be growing larger and larger by the day as people start to awaken. They should be working for God to help defeat that beast system or the matrix system, however you want to call it. But it's all a system. There's so many parts and pieces to it that it all has to be dismantled. We have to even the food, like I said, the foods that you eat, what you're putting into your body, it's either building you up or it's tearing you down. Satan has a counterfeit. He has fake food for you to eat. Counterfeit food. Counterfeit clothing. You could be wearing good natural fibers on your body that's not going to do harm to you, or you could be wearing some kind of toxic type materials that's going to leach into your skin and just slowly poison you over time. People wonder why cancer rates are so high and everything else, and they used to not have all that back in the day. Nowhere's like it is now. And all these new type of cancers that people are starting to pop up with, just like your health. He has a counterfeit health care system. It's not of God. And the Bible talks about you're supposed to be eating herbs and growing your own gardens and eating from your garden and not being reliant on anybody else either. That's a whole nother thing. Satan wants you to be relying on his system and his evil government or his food or his medical industry. He wants you to be dependent on that, and that is just going to kill you faster. It's going to shorten your lifespan. And that's his ultimate goal, to steal, kill, and destroy. But yeah, you got to be able to see what's real, what's counterfeit. You got to be aligning yourself with the truth. If ZZ would stop trying to drag me all over the place, it might be nice. But yeah, you got to be aligning yourself up with the truth when you come into some new truth of the Bible. Just like today's the Sabbath day. That should trigger something in your mind, like, is the church that I'm going to preach this? Or they're trying to steer me in a different direction, which is a counterfeit. Satan likes to change times and seasons and days, and because he's a counterfeit. But you have to start aligning yourself with it. You're not gonna be blessed and have the spiritual protection and everything that you should be having until you start aligning yourself with the word and doing it your own research. Don't rely on me. Don't rely on anybody else. Go see what it says for yourself. People are too caught up in the world. They got so much to do. So much to do. Why you can't just sit there and just spend a few minutes every day and read the Bible a little bit, start looking into these things. It's not that complicated. And I was never a very book smart person. I'm good at working with my hands, but when it comes to being book smart, I really have to read things over and over and over again to get it to sink in or to try to remember it. So I always struggled when it came to school and studying and things of that nature. But when it comes down to working with my hands, if I see somebody, I can watch somebody do something one time, I could do it. But when it comes to just memorizing things, I have trouble with it. But we all have our own gifts. That's just for us. And we have to take time to think about things and analyze stuff and think about the hard things that you don't want to think about. You can't be living a lie because you're part of that system. You're part of the beast system if you continue to do so. You got to start breaking off these things slowly over time. It's not easy to do it all at once. It's just like a process. But we have to do it. Y'all have a blessed day.